Plaintiff, Christina Avera, says the defendant is her sister, and they used to be close until their mother passed away. Christina claims the defendant became the executor of their mother's estate, where Christina was living, and she ended up filing a protection order against Christina and forcing her out of the home. She's suing for groceries, a toolbox, and emotional distress. Defendants Gina Hernandez and her husband Himmer say Christina is a hoarder who tried to attack Gina, and that's why she filed an order of protection against her. They're countersuing for stolen property and defamation of character.
Start with you.
Your Honor, Regina is my younger sister and her husband, Jimmer. I had a really super good relationship with her up until about 7 months ago when I moved in with them. Since then, my life has been nothing but hell.
How long did you stay there?
Well, I was actually only there until January 9th when I was served a protection order that was falsified. I had to be out of the place in 2 hours. I gathered what I could and I left.
That's not true.
I've been living in my car off and on. I have been called trash. I've been accused of being a hoarder. She's called my children trash and my grandchildren. She told me nobody loved me and nobody wanted me around. Why didn't I just leave?
Where did all this come from? You said you all were fine until 7 months ago.
My mom passed away, and Regina and my older sister are the executors. Since she's been the executor, she's like, I tell everybody what to do. This is my place, my house. You're gonna do what I say.
Okay, let me hear from you.
Your Honor, that's not true. Yes, I'm the executor of my mom's estate, and Christina is a hoarder, Your Honor. I have pictures of all of the stuff that she has.
Let's see it. Did she hoard it at your location, on your property?
It is on my mother's property. It's on the estate.
Right, okay. What else?
So this problem arose because I keep asking her numerous times that please don't bring any more garbage to the property. Please help us clean it up. We've got to clean up this mess. The more that I asked her, the more aggressive she was getting to me. She would yell at me.
That is not true.
This is my quarter of the property. Mom left it to me. And I would constantly tell her, nobody owns the property, Chris. This is an estate. But she kept, going more and more. Pretty soon, I find notes all over the property.
Ma'am, you say it all started over the estate. So what do you say about the estate that caused your problem?
I have one small area on the property that I keep my horses, my tack, my summer clothes, and that.
It's the estate's property.
Correct.
And I just kept all my stuff.
She can put you out.
No.
Yes, she can. She's the executor of the estate, so you don't own anything that was part of that estate. And so this private property, no entry allowed, stay out. This means everyone. Yeah, I see what the problem is. You're confused. 1,800 groceries, toolbox, and emotional distress. How does she owe you?
She had served a protection order on me, and I had to leave within 2 hours. I wasn't able to go back to the property.
About the groceries?
She unplugged my freezer
when?
That I had sometime during January 9th and the time I could return on March 28th.
And how much do you want for that?
I'm sorry?
How much?
It was about $500.
Okay. And what else? A toolbox?
Yeah, I put locks on my sheds because people kept going in there and taking my things. And I put locks on them, and when I came back, the locks had been cut off and my items were missing out of my sheds.
Did she take your tools?
Yes.
How do you know?
She was the only one on the property that could.
No, that's not true.
We're talking about
that had access to that area, yes.
I think you're confused about the essence of an estate and an executor of an estate. So I'm going to move on to your emotional distress. How does she owe you for that?
She put me out on the street. I've had to live in my car.
From where?
From my home that I've been at for 18 years.
Your home or the
estate of my mom's.
Yeah. And did she give you notice?
She just served me with a protection order.
And you're going to have to sue the estate, by the way. You tell me what happened.
Your Honor, so yes, my sister tried to attack me.
No, I did not.
Quiet, ma'am. First, let's go with the groceries. Did you pull the plug on the refrigerator and cause her groceries to spoil?
We had an argument with her when I took down those signs. And I went over to her property because she has all these electrical cords.
Is this property you're referring to separate from your mother's property?
No, it's one.
Well, then say the estate property.
Okay,
it's
the
not
estate
her property.
House number 2, the estate property, is not mine electrical box. She was plugging in all kinds of extension cords into their electrical box. I went over there, I tore off the signs, and I said, you cannot plug into somebody else's electrical.
Got it.
I unplugged it. When we had that discussion and I went down and got the restraining order because she tried to come at me and knock me into the bedroom, my husband had to step in between us.
Let's move to the tools. And
So
yours is a counterclaim, I guess.
I plugged back in the freezer the next day after the cops had removed her from the property. So all of her stuff was good in the freezer. The estate shed, she was not the only person using it. I have 2 other siblings that have stuff in the estate.
Do you know
sheds.
that to be the case?
They have nothing in those sheds. I've used them for months.
She's throwing some of their stuff out on the ground. And in one of the pictures that I gave you, it's like my brother's bed. She just threw his mattress out on the ground.
You didn't do that?
She told me to clean it out
Got it.
No,
now.
I did
before
not.
I used it.
The counterclaim of stolen property and defamation. How does she owe you for that?
So we went on vacation in the midst of all of this. We get a call from my nephew who lives with us saying, you know, your sister, I caught her in your room. She was going through all of your stuff. So when we get back, we find out that our antique record player is gone. We're missing one of the keys to our safe. My necklace is gone. She just went through everything.
When you spoke with her about it, what has she said?
We spoke to her about it, and she said she never touched anything.
And who else had access to that home?
The only one that had access would be my husband's nephew that was
That's
also
not
staying
true.
with us.
Yes.
That's not true.
Who else?
Her daughter, granddaughter, her son. I called the police out on the 7th of January when this happened, that she's claiming that I was aggressive to her and such. When the officer showed up, she's very aggressive towards me. She said nothing about anything being stolen. She didn't say that I had assaulted her, nothing.
Okay. And tell you what I'm going to do. First of all, ma'am, your $500 worth of food, she says it was spoiled because you had it illegally connected. So she did nothing wrong in that sense because she's overseer of the estate. With regard to the toolbox, she said others had access and that other people had items in there. First you said that wasn't true. Then you came around to say you did throw the things out because she told you to. Your emotional distress is because she put you out on the street, I think you said. And I'm not convinced that she did that illegally either. And then the defamation, ma'am, that you're suing for, what is that?
Christina has been posting on Facebook.
Saying what?
Saying that I'm the devil. And,
All right, that's her opinion. What else?
and then posting copies of the restraining order saying...
Is she part of it?
Yeah, she
Well, then she
posted
has
it.
that right. Your claim is dismissed. Show us yours. You all go and try to get along. Have a good day.
You glad you're breaking up the family?
You know, the
You're
sad
nothing but
part...
scum, money hungry.
All right, I still love you, sister.
She's lied. She's kicked me out, put me on the street. I've lost my animals. She don't care. I show up. She tells me to get the off.
That is not true. You know what? I love my sister, and...
By kicking me off the
she'll
property,
always-
right?
I'm not going to
That's
let you
love.
attack me. You can attack me. It's too bad you're telling everybody I'm evil and stuff. I love you. You're aggressive. I don't have to put up with that.